let's talk about Ozempic. I don't want to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it a little bit. Hi, and welcome to my channel. So, today we're going to be talking about wellness culture, weight loss, skincare. I don't know what I'm titling the video, but all of these things are going to come up, including Ozempic, so stick around. Now, before we get started on our topic, I do want to give our verse of the day. If you haven't been on my channel yet, I like to give a verse of the day before we get into the nitty and gritty of it, all right? Our verse of the day is Ecclesiastes 3 verse 11, which says, God has made everything beautiful in its time. All right, so throughout this video, I want to talk about the dark side of losing weight, the dark side of wellness culture, the dark side of just being a human, honestly. If you have not been on my channel, I have another video where I kind of talk about the process I went through to lose 30 pounds in a few months and things like that. And I kind of just realized ever since I've lost weight that people treat you differently. And mind you, when I was bigger, I still had a very hourglass/peach type shape. So I had an appealing shape, but people would still comment on the fact that I was bigger. And now that I've gotten smaller, I'm getting comments all the time about, oh my goodness, you look so great now, or oh my goodness, your shape is really like, you have the shape for this and this and this. And it kind of, I think, sucks in a way. Sometimes it's great, like, to hear compliments, and I'm kind of feeling like, oh my goodness, they're complimenting me, like, this is what I want, right? This is what I should want, because I worked so hard to lose the weight, right? But then another part of me is like, oh my gosh, what are they saying? That when I was bigger, I didn't have a good shape, or I didn't have a good look, or I wasn't appealing to look at. And if you've ever dealt with weight or with weight loss in general, you've probably felt that way. So our first point of the day is talking about when losing weight when you're bigger, or needing to gain weight and eat more if you're small. Hello, this is Canoe. Do you want to say hello? I guess not. Well, we're working, so he has to go. Now, if you're bigger, you probably have a lot of experience, just like I did, with people telling you, oh, you just need to try working out. You just need to try this. You just need to do that. You probably have so much experience with either that, or you have experience with people kind of falsely reassuring you all the time. Oh, you are beautiful. You are this. You are that. Even though you didn't say anything. Like, I'm going to pull up a video. We're going to watch it at the same time, kind of. But I'm going to pull up a video of this TikTok creator that I really like, describing her experience of losing weight and, like, you know, how she realized people were treating her differently from when she was bigger.
Let's talk about my body. So I've lost over 100 pounds. Oh my God! Yes, I used to be 100 pounds heavier, and now I used to be really, really overweight. Okay, so since losing weight, I find one thing particularly funny, and I also, society and the fat phobia is so deep in our world that I knew these things would happen before I had my weight loss surgery. Like, I was having these conversations with my friends and the fears that I had about losing weight. You can ask all my friends, we talked about it. But one of my main things is I felt like people were gonna start taking me more seriously the more I lose weight. Which by that, I mean, back in the day when I was fat as shit, I could say anything to y'all and y'all would get in the comments and gas it. Now, mind you, if you've been following me from the beginning till now, you see my personality has not changed at all. This is how I've always acted. But for the people that are coming in now, they think I'm mean. Everybody that's watching my content now think I'm mean as fuck. But 2 years ago, or even goddamn 6 months ago, and I have said this shit before, if I came on the internet and said, all you bitches are ugly, I'm prettier than all of you, I don't know how y'all breathe the same air as me. All y'all would get in the comment being like, yeah, Nina, you're so gorgeous, you're so cute, and all that shit was fake. And I know it was fake, and that's okay, because you bitches are fake. Society is fake, you guys are fat phobic. Y'all have to make the fat girl feel confident. She probably hates herself. We have to agree with her because she's fat and ugly, right? And she's unattractive. So this is us doing our due diligence for her, right? I'm not buying into the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because now when I say that exact same shit, now I'm a mean girl. Fanita, you've gotten mean since you've lost weight. What? I talk the exact same way.
I relate to that because I feel like when I was bigger, which I think this about myself, and I don't know if other people agree, but when I was bigger, I think I was beautiful, and where I am now, I think I was beautiful. But she's saying, like, when she was bigger, she genuinely, like, had this confidence of herself, and people would agree with her confidence when she was in her bigger body. But when she lost weight and continued to have that confidence, it's like people kind of want to put her down or be like, oh, well, you wouldn't be all that if you hadn't lost weight, or you wouldn't be, and it's like, are you trying to say she's not all that because, like, she lost the weight? Or are you trying to say, like, when she didn't lose the weight, she wasn't all that? Like, she was always all that. Like, if you watch Fanita's TikToks, Fanita is that girl. Was that girl, been that girl, still that girl. Like, her losing weight did not change her beauty. It did not change how funny she was. It did not change her personality. Weight is just weight, right? It's something that changes throughout life. And another thing, kind of unrelated, but another reason I don't like people commenting on your weight when you're skinny or when you're bigger, hey, you need to lose weight, or you're skinny, you need to eat more, which I've never dealt with that, but I know skinny people and I know they hear that all the time. You don't know what these people are going through. You don't know why I lost 30 pounds. You don't know why this person can't gain 30 pounds. Like, for a long time, I dealt with weight issues because I had hormonal imbalances in my body. And I was on medication. And that stuff can make it hard for you to lose weight, and that stuff can make you gain weight. Whatever the case may be, everybody's body is different. So you not eating every day and you, like, going to the gym 10 times a week or whatever the heck, that might work for you, and that's awesome. But there are other people who go to the gym 10 times a day and who eat perfectly fine, and they just don't look small, and that's okay. You don't have to be 100 pounds to be healthy. You don't have to be 150 pounds to be healthy. I could be 250 pounds and be healthier than the next person based on my lifestyle habits. And I think in our generation, we're so quick to, like, look at somebody and be like, oh, look at you. You don't look like you take care of yourself. And that's it. Like, we don't try to think about what the person's actually doing with their life and what they're actually going through. So I'm going to actually show you guys another video of somebody who relates to this, who is technically healthy, but society decides they're not healthy because of how they look.
This is the third doctor in a row to tell me that I'm obnoxiously healthy. Not obnoxiously healthy for a fat girl, like literally just obnoxiously healthy. I started going to the doctor consistently 2 years ago because I was trying to solve a problem that didn't need to be solved. I was like, why am I fat? Why do I work out and I'm still fat? Like, I don't get it. Like, what's wrong with me? I must be unhealthy. So I pressed my doctor. I said, I do the Stairmaster 5 times a week. I weight lift. I work out like crazy. I eat okay. Why don't I look like it? So then they did a test, and then they found out that my testosterone levels are a little bit higher than normal. And the crazy thing is that my testosterone levels have probably been higher than normal my whole life, or since puberty, because I've been fat since puberty. I lost 70 pounds once, and I was on birth control, and I didn't correlate like, oh, like, you have a hormonal imbalance, that's why you lost 70 pounds when you're on birth control. So I've been to 3 doctors, and they have all stated that I'm very, very healthy. My blood work came back and they were like, your liver is good, your kidneys are good, everything's so good. So just because you're fat doesn't mean you're lazy and unhealthy.
And I think that's really what the fact of the matter is. People, like, looks can't tell you how healthy they are. And the reason I bring this up is, like, let's talk about Ozempic. I don't want to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it a little bit. Let's talk about Ozempic. There are people who take Ozempic. Oh my goodness. No, I got put in the dark. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn the light back on. Okay. The technical difficulties are done. All right, but Ozempic. There are people who take Ozempic, and one of the big side effects of Ozempic in general, the way it works is to suppress your appetite, right? Technically, it's not meant to suppress your appetite. It's meant for people who have diabetes, but we're not going to talk about that here. Why am I being put in the dark? I think the enemy is working right now because the light is charged, y'all. It's charged! Like, I had to improvise because my camera light is not doing her job today. But anyways, the way Ozempic works is by suppressing your appetite when you're using it in general. It does that for people who are diabetics. It does that if you're not diabetic. And quite frankly, people who are on Ozempic, the way they're losing the weight is because they're not eating. They're throwing up, they're being nauseous, they're doing this. Like, when you actually talk to somebody who's on Ozempic to lose weight, they do not sound like they're doing okay. Like, I'd be like, sister girl, are you like, do we need to go to the doctor? Do we need to, because they be nauseous all the time. They take a bite of food, they can't eat, they can't. And I just think that's such a terrible way to live, to not be able to enjoy food. But that's where society is right now. Society is like, look, if you want to be conventionally attractive, you might have to do the extreme to get to be conventionally attractive. And then you have people who are actually living healthy lifestyles, working out because it's for their health, eating well because it's for their health, eating consistently and doing things like that. And they just might not look like, Channing Tatum. They just might not look like Megan Fox. And that's okay. Like, you can work out daily and you can eat well, and your body might not reflect that, because at the end of the day, everybody's body is different. People have hormonal imbalances and stuff like that, whatever the case may be. And your body might not show the hard work that you're putting in, and that's just what it is. It took 3 years for me to actually see results in my lifestyle. Like, in my weight loss video, I talk about the fact how I was going to the gym and stuff, but I've been working out since I was in high school. I ran track in high school. I did weightlifting. I did all that stuff. In college, I continued to do that stuff. Like, I was always working out, but for some reason, I just couldn't lose weight. I was either just gaining weight or I was just stuck. And then finally, like a few years ago, I did some testing. My hormones were imbalanced. I got off of birth control because the birth control made my hormones worse. And I was finally able to lose weight after regulating off of birth control for a year. And that was just my experience. But when I was bigger, I would hear comments from family or from not necessarily friends. My friends are always nice. I love my friends. If you're watching, love you, friends. But I would get comments from family about my weight. Oh, Samantha, you need to go to the gym more. You need to stop eating rice. You needed this. You needed that. You need to just stop eating. You need to just stop eating. Like, I've been told that. And I'm not going to lie, I've repeated that advice to other people. Oh, you need to just stop eating if you want to lose weight. And the gag is, sometimes you can stop eating and the weight don't come off. Okay. Sometimes you can stop eating and the weight doesn't come off. I think weight loss should be a mindset. If you really need to lose weight for your health, then lose weight. But if your body is healthy and your body is taking care of you and you're able to walk around and you're able to do things, you should love your body. Like, love your body where it is now and where it could be later. Don't be like, oh, I hate the person I am now and I'm not going to be deserving of love until I'm 20 pounds smaller, 30 pounds smaller. You're deserving of love now. You're deserving of love later. So I've been showing y'all clips of bigger people talking about their experiences of either losing weight or their experiences of, being healthy. But I want to show some clips of people who are smaller talking about what it's like dealing with their weight and dealing with their life. That video is somebody who has what is considered, I would assume, a conventionally attractive body. Like, usually being skinnier is what people prefer. But despite being skinnier, you're constantly being told comments like, you need to eat more, you need to this. And what can that lead to? That could lead to binge eating. So you have people who will try to gain weight, and they are trying to gain weight, and they are trying to eat more, and they are doing the protein, and they are having the 2,000 calorie shakes before they go to bed for guaranteed weight gain. Like, they're doing all these extreme things that you see advertised online, and sometimes they just don't gain. And a lot of people would be like, oh, you're blessed, I wish I had your metabolism. But the fact of the matter is, that's their body, and they're gonna deal with those kind of comments probably for the rest of their lives, as long as they're skinny. The same way as long as you're big, people are gonna always comment on your weight. As long as you're skinny, people are gonna always comment on your weight, and it sucks. There's no happy ground, because I've seen stories of people being bigger becoming super skinny, and people either applauding them, but then when you're skinny and you become bigger, it's like, oh my gosh, what did you do? You shouldn't have ate so much. But it's like, you guys told me to eat more. But now that I've gotten bigger from eating more, you're telling me to eat less again. So it's like, you can't win. If you're bigger, you can't win. If you're smaller, you can't win. It's like, no matter what you do, people are going to talk about your weight. In my opinion, y'all should just not talk about people's weight at all. Like, that's not your business. Don't talk about people's weight. So we're going to watch this video from a guy perspective. Topic here, I'm gonna call this phase, validation, the validation phase. In this TikTok, he kind of is hinting to anorexia, which I'm not going to get into detail on how these things work because I don't want to trigger anybody. So I hope just me like stating the disorders doesn't trigger anyone. But he is getting into like what it's like to lose weight in an unhealthy way and then get addicted to the process. And quite frankly, I'm going to talk about this in my personal experience because I lost weight. And technically, the way I lost weight was not that healthy. And the reason I say that is because one of my things was just not really eating. I would work out almost every day, and I would only eat up to 1,000 calories a day to 1,200 calories a day. And that's not healthy, nor is that okay. No doctor would recommend that, but the internet would. I'm not blaming the internet, though, but I'm just saying, like, things like this, these extreme things that we do to lose weight, it's like society kind of pushes you to this point. And society also makes it look easy. It's so easy now to find videos of people who've lost weight doing crazy things. And so, of course, you're going to try it. But I relate to being addicted to the process. Since my last video of losing weight, I've lost about 5 more pounds since then, which I've slowed down a lot in how quickly I'm losing weight, but I'm still losing weight. And I think a part of it is validation. I'm afraid if I gain weight, people are going to treat me differently again. And I'm honest. I'm going to be honest about that. I'm afraid of being treated differently because of my weight. I'm afraid if I gain weight again, I'm not going to feel comfortable in my body, because one of my things when I was bigger, I didn't feel comfortable in my body. I felt comfortable in my face, but I hated my body. I felt awkward. And now I'm finally feeling comfortable. But because I feel comfortable, I'm continuing to, eat in a calorie deficit, even though I don't need to, because I'm like, if I eat at maintenance calories, I'll probably end up gaining the weight back. And I just have this fear around weight. And it's like, I'm working through that fear. I recommend therapy for everyone. I'm working through that fear, and I'm working through how I feel about myself and my body. But I think when you grow up in a society where body is constantly focused on and what you look like is constantly focused on, it's so easy to get addicted to like being rewarded for losing weight, or get addicted to being rewarded for taking care of yourself or doing the extreme. Oh, you went so far to make sure you look your best. Like, I feel like our society will reward you for not taking care of yourself because it makes you look like you're taking care of yourself. And if you're at this point where, that's you, I really would just recommend looking in and finding what you like about yourself and being consistent to that, because that's what I had to do. Figure out what I actually like about myself, because if I focused so much on what I didn't like, it made it easier to not treat myself well. And if I can't treat me good, who's gonna treat me good? Nobody. Yeah. So, last thing I want to talk about regarding weight, specifically weight. This is body dysmorphia. If you don't know what body dysmorphia is basically like when you look at yourself, I think, in the mirror, or in general, but like when you look at yourself and you just don't see yourself the way you actually are. Like, for me, I would say I experienced body dysmorphia when I was bigger, and I still experience it now. When I was bigger, I thought I looked smaller, and it wasn't until I got to like almost over 200 pounds, I was like, okay, wait, there's no way I look as small as I think I look. And, that's kind of what pushed me to, okay, let me try to lose some weight. And now that I'm smaller, sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, I feel like I look big. I need to lose weight. I gotta stop eating today, or I can't eat, whatever. And then I weigh myself and it's like, oh, actually, girl, you lost 2 pounds in the last 5 days. And that's not okay. But like, you know what I mean? So I think body dysmorphia is kind of just not really being truly aware of what you look like. And I just want to show this TikTok of a girl with a similar experience. She's not really talking about her feelings, but it's just a little caption video type thing.
What?
Behind you!
Oh my!
Okay, so she's a gym rat, which I consider myself a fellow gym rat. If you're a gym girly, there's like 2 different type of gym girlies. There's the gym girly that goes to the gym because she wants to like achieve a goal and this and this, but she might not like the gym. And then there's the gym girlies who love going to the gym. I am the second. I love going to the gym. The gym's like my happy place. I don't have the time to go as much as I'd like to, and I hate driving to the gym, but I love going to the gym. And one of the things I realized when I started going to the gym this year and like working out, one, I constantly tell myself, oh, I'm not allowed to wear a crop top. I'm not there yet. So there's stuff like that when it's like, girl, anybody could wear a crop top. You don't gotta be a certain size to wear a crop top. So I'm still working on that one. But also realizing like I'm looking at myself in the mirror, and when I was 195 pounds, if that version of me saw who I was today, she'd be so happy and she'd be like, oh my goodness, like, you know, we look great. Like we've always looked great, because when I was 195 pounds, I just felt so confident. But now that I've lost the weight, my confidence has kind of weaned, and I'm kind of just like always looking in the mirror like, oh wait, okay, I have hip dips, so I need to work this out, or my arms are still too this and like I've become a bit more critical ever since I started working out, I've noticed. And I feel like I don't really know what I look like anymore, which sounds bad, and I'm like I said, I'm working on it. But I think sometimes when you get so like hyper fixated on improving yourself and hyper fixated on becoming the best version of you, you kind of lose sight of why you actually should be the best version of you. Like I deserve to be the best version of me, because I deserve that. Like I deserve to be good. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to wear a crop top. But I deserve all of that without losing weight. And that was like the initial mindset. And then I think slowly my mindset shifted to like, I have to be this way in order to this. I have to look this way in order to be that. I have to in order to. And like I said, I don't think my mindset is there anymore. I'm growing out of that, but I did find myself becoming more critical of my body as I started going to the gym more. And I think that's just another side of this. Like when you do get to the point of, okay, you know what, maybe I will lose weight, or okay, you know what, maybe I will try to gain weight, you kind of start looking at yourself harshly, rather than looking at yourself with like an appreciation for each stage. It's more so like, who cares about stage A? I'm trying to get to C, and I'm focused on C, but you're not seeing yourself at A. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, that's body dysmorphia for you. If you experience body dysmorphia, I'm sorry for you, bro. Because that bit is not fun. She be beating me up, literally. Strange and unrelated, but I also want to talk about skincare. Not really at all, but I want to talk about skincare. Because look at this.
My most expensive skincare routine. Let's go. Oil cleanser from France. Guess how much? $52. Second cleanse. How much is my second cleanse? $40. We're at $92 and I just washed my face, bro. Rapid Reveal Peel by Dermalogica. $78. Comes with a brush though, like you're at a facial. You already know. Pat McGrath. $86. Like, let's not be surprised. But this is where it gets out of hand, because why is the serum $146? And then the second serum, $132. $278 for 2 serums. I could buy AirPods. This tiny bottle of eye serum, $82. How? Charlotte Tilbury, $145. Okay, stop laughing, nothing's funny. Lip balm is $29. Spot treatment, $45. You guess my total? $835, baby. Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, she does have amazing skin, but 835 buckaroos for skincare. And mind you, skincare is something you have to do every day. So you're telling me I'm spending at least $835 maybe every month or every 2 months on my skin? This is our fourth topic. This is our next topic of discussion. Overconsumption. Like overconsumption, materialism. I don't know what everyone call it, because this could be a whole separate video. But wellness culture and glow up culture is so extreme that it's like, if you have to spend $1,000, if you have to spend $10,000, if you had to fly to Mexico and go to the Gulf of Mexico and get you some exotic sea moss so you can have clear skin and so you can lose weight and so you can have healthy hair, you're gonna have to do that. And it's like, people are doing these extreme things just to make sure their outside appearance looks good. And I mean, take care of your temple. That's what the Bible says, right? But I think there's a point where we need to step back and ask ourselves, okay, is that truly necessary? Because a lot of the things that she was using, toners, eye serums, and that, they have drugstore versions of those. And if you don't like the drugstore, which, you know, a lot of drugstore brands aren't great, there are a lot of small businesses that make these things probably for an affordable price. And I just think the 20-step skincare routines low-key aren't necessary. You only really need 4 to 5 steps. You need to wash your face, you need to tone it, you need to put some serum, you need to put some moisturizer, and you need some SPF. That's really all you need. And then, maybe do a mask once a week or something to treat like some specific things, or go to an esthetician at that point. But it's a lot of money that we're spending just to look good, just to be conventionally attractive, just to be accepted, just to, be enough. And it's tragic because when you have acne, when you have bad skin, I don't consider it bad skin because I used to suffer from cystic acne, and I was beautiful then and I'm beautiful now. Granted, cystic acne is painful, it sucks, but one thing I realized when I had cystic acne, it did not matter what I did, what I was doing, or what kind of video I posted, or what kind of picture I posted. I would be getting unsolicited advice from everybody about my skin. Everybody. It would be my mama, it would be your mama, it would be like the church deaconess. It don't matter who it is. It would be people who are not classified or qualified to tell me about skin, telling me, hey girl, actually you should just try rubbing alcohol. Hey girl, which someone told me that. Girl, you should do toothpaste, you should do this, you should do that, you should do that. Like, just because you see somebody with acne, that does not mean automatically they want your advice. Please know that. Having acne does not mean we need advice. Like, that's not how that works. And that's what our society has come to. It's like everyone sees something, and if it's something that's not considered attractive or not considered okay or permissible, it's okay, let me give you advice. Oh, you're considered overweight? I'm gonna give you advice on how to lose weight. Oh, you have acne? I'm gonna give you advice on how to stop your acne. Oh, you have like thin hair, or you have, I don't know, just something with hair. I don't know what's considered unattractive about hair, but whatever the case might be, people will give you unsolicited advice when it's like, girl, I'm just existing. Can I just exist? Like, can I? Like, I would love to just exist in this world and not have people tell me what I need. Like, God knows what I need. I know what I need. I don't think you know what I need without even talking to me. And other than skincare, it's stretching to supplement routines. I couldn't find the video. Maybe I'll find it when I'm editing this, and maybe so I'll put it on the side if I do find it. But there's this video of Bella or Gigi Hadid, one of the Hadid sisters. I low-key don't know the difference, but I do like them. But one of the Hadid sisters doing her supplement morning routine, and I'm not gonna catch, she low-key influenced me a little. I did buy 2 of the things that were in her routine, but that's because I love a good supplement. I'm not gonna lie, I'm low-key a supplement girl because I have low iron and it helps me. But yeah, she was showing her supplement routine, and she uses like 10 different things. I saw another video on TikTok of this lady who uses like, I think about 10 different supplements. One of them is 6 pills you have to swallow, which 6 pills in one go is insane. But it's even extending to supplement routines where people are spending $100, $200 a month on supplements because of the concept of, if you treat your body well internally, it comes out externally, which is true. And I do agree. Look for supplements that will help you like be healthy. If you need to take fish oil for your joints, or if you need to take inositol for your hormonal imbalance, whatever it might be, do that. But I think pushing it in this way of, if you do this, you will be beautiful, it's kind of dangerous, because now you have people who can't really afford these things doing whatever they can to get their hands on these supplements because they think that's the first step to becoming beautiful. And I just think if we just tell people, hey, you're beautiful regardless, but like, you're always beautiful, but if you want to have bouncy skin, or if you want this or you want that, or I like to use this because it does this for me, rather than pushing it as a, you need to use these supplements if you want to have beautiful, clear skin. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. But even supplements are getting pushed to the point where it's like, you need to take these things if you want to be pretty. You need to take these things if you want to have beautiful hair. You need to take these things if you want to this. And it's like, can people just exist for a second without pushing something, or without marketing something, or without telling them they need to buy something? Like, why are we telling people they need to buy powders and this and that? Why are we telling people they need to buy weight loss pills and weight loss programs and this and this and yada yada yada? Like, why can't we just exist? Like, that's really where I'm at right now. If you've heard of this YouTuber, and I'm gonna kind of have her video floating here on the side. Her name is Olivia Deandra. We're gonna listen to the audio of that video now.
Ruined my life. It all started 6 years ago. Back then, the boy I was in love with liked me back. People were nice to me, and life just felt exciting. But now, people treated me differently, and that hurt.
Ow. I just need to get it to the point where people can still look at me and not vomit.
I could no longer enjoy the simple things that I used to.
With, gaining weight, I have to always wear big sweaters, always black pants. So many restrictions,
The thing that hurt the most for me was that the boy I was in love with stopped talking to me.
So if you have not heard of this YouTuber, and if you have not seen her documentary called Why Glowing Up Ruined My Life, I believe, I would recommend watching that video. It's such a good documentary, and I genuinely just related to her a lot. But she kind of touched up on a lot of the things we were talking about today, and it's gonna actually go into our final phase, which is the solutions. And she was talking about how when she was losing weight, when she started taking better care of her skin, and when she reached a point of her life where she was smaller and she had clear skin, she felt this immense pressure from society and from the world to stay that way, because she was a public figure. She's a YouTuber with a platform. She would get comments like, oh, you better keep the weight off, or you better keep your skin clear, or we're gonna be able to tell if you don't keep it up, and stuff like that. And she just felt like she had this pressure to stay perfect. And I relate to Olivia so much because she kind of went through that, and then she kind of went back, and now she's where she is today, and she's in a healthier place today. But she kind of had to get to this mindset where it was like, wait, I deserve to be happy regardless of what I look like. Whereas before, she felt like she couldn't be happy until she looked the way she had to look. And I think that's where I'm at now. I'm starting to realize I deserve to be happy no matter what I look like. No matter if I have pimples on my face or if I have pudge around my waist, bars, I deserve to be happy. And so we have just two solutions. Number one, let's embrace body neutrality and not knowing everyone's story. Let's embrace that. So AKA being quiet. Body neutrality, meaning as long as somebody has a body, which technically everybody has a body, as long as people are existing, let them exist. Let them exist safely. Please be mindful when you see your friends after 3 months. Don't say, oh my gosh, girl, you look great. I could tell you lost weight. Like, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I used to strive to hear those compliments when I didn't see my friends for a while. Like, because I have friends I saw before I lost the weight, and then now they've seen me after losing the weight, and it was always, oh my gosh, girl, you lost so much weight. And I kind of realized, like, wait, actually, I don't like that, because it makes me feel like, what I looked like before wasn't appeasing for you. So I think body neutrality just means not constantly commenting on what people look like. Don't comment on their weight or their skin or their this or their that, especially if they're not asking you about it or if they're not bringing it up. So if your friend comes to you and they say, hey girl, you have any advice for how I could clear my skin up? Then yes, please talk to her. Recommend her some super greens powder if that's what worked for you. Talk to them. But if your friend comes up to you and they have acne on your face, your first thing should not be, hey girl, you should try to start using this. If they didn't ask you, you don't need to say anything. Like, sometimes it just comes off as rude when you give your unsolicited opinion on what someone looks like. Like, it's genuinely so rude. So be quiet sometimes. We need to master the art of being quiet, because I think social media has ruined that. Our second solution, not knowing everyone's story. You don't know everyone's story. And since you don't know everyone's story, just be mindful. And if you want to know their story, but be mindful before you tell someone that they're fat. Be mindful before you tell someone they're too skinny. Be mindful before you tell someone that they have terrible skin or terrible hair. There might be a reason. Some people, like, when you get diagnosed with chronic diseases, you tend to lose weight or maybe even gain weight. You typically lose weight. But you typically tend to lose weight and you lose hair and your skin your body just kind of degrades. Be mindful of that, because there's some people where if they're losing weight because of cancer, they don't want to get a compliment like, oh my gosh, girl, you look great. I can tell you lost weight. Like, dude, I'm sick right now. Why are you, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's some people who don't want to hear that because you don't know what they're going through. So if someone's gaining weight or losing weight or losing hair or whatever the case may be going on with their physical body that you can see, be mindful and don't say anything if they're not asking you for anything. Like, if you're really worried about them, you could, I don't know, gift them a little gift card to Walgreens or Whole Foods. I don't know. But if you're really worried about them, I would just say hope for the best. Be mindful, listen to what they're saying, and see if they're asking for help in any way. Like, if you're worried somebody in your life could be dealing with an eating disorder or something like that, then yes, of course, talk to them, try to get help. But if you just feel the need to comment on someone's weight loss, weight gain, skincare, whatever the heck, just because, like, oh my gosh, I couldn't help but notice so-and-so's pimple, I just had to say something. You don't, because you don't know why so-and-so has a pimple. She might have a pimple because her period is coming up. Okay, like, it's not that deep. It's never been that deep. I forgot to say this in the video, so I just wanted to add this in really quick while I'm editing. But if you do want to say something about someone's looks, like maybe you do notice that they're looking smaller or whatever the case may be, or their skin is a little more glowy, I think you can compliment them and just say, hey, you look beautiful. You look glowy today. You're glowing. Like, sorry, don't say nothing about that little beep beep, all right? But you could say something very neutral and still comment or compliment them, but there's no need to be like, you look great because you lost weight, or you look like you're getting smaller, you look good because you're getting smaller. Like, don't put a reason behind it. Just tell them, hey, you look good. Like, that can be encouraging for someone to hear, and that could be great for somebody to hear, but don't accredit it to something because there's a chance they might not want to hear, like, that second part of it. So my challenge for you guys this week, or this month, we don't know how long it'll be till I post another video. Amen? Okay. But my challenge for y'all is to say something kind to yourself every day, but let it be something different. So maybe today you love the way your hair looks. Maybe today you love how the pink goes with your skin. I'm talking about myself. But say something nice to yourself every day this week, and also find something nice to say to a stranger. Give somebody a compliment that you passed by in Target. They might really love to hear it. And I just think we should all practice being kind to each other, but especially being kind to ourselves so that we can be kind to others. So if you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you. This is my first time attempting a commentary video. I'm going to continue trying because I do love commentary and I do love analysis, but I do really have to figure out how to get this down. But I really so appreciate you watching this far. If you have any suggestions for me on how to improve this style of video, or any like criticisms, anything that can help me grow that you want to share with me, please go down in the comments. If you like this video, like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye, babies.